Welcome to Bulldog Talk, a podcast presented by Celina Curriculum. On today's podcast, we have our literacy coaches, Laura Brandt, Karen Sudhoff, Sarah VanTilburg, and Christine Schlater. Welcome to Bulldog Talk, ladies. It's great to have you on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, let's go ahead here and get started with some questions. We want to talk with our school community and our staff members and everybody in the area to kind of, give you guys a chance to talk about who you are and to learn some wonderful things about you. I'd like for you to talk a little bit about a previous role, where you're coming from, just briefly.
Okay, so I'll start. I am coming from our district, from Celina. My last role was as a intervention title teacher at the primary building, where I worked primarily with first grade and second grade students. Before that, I was a second grade teacher in Celina, and I've taught, this will be my 21st year actually, all in the first or the second grade.
And I've taught third grade for 14 years at Elida. So I will be coming to Celina with experience with all the third graders, and excited to start the new year with you guys.
I've spent the last 14 years teaching in Mercer County. The last 7 of those 14 years have been at Celina. I'm just recently finishing up my stint of a classroom teacher in grade 6. So all my experience is with the middle grades 5 through 9, throughout those 14 years.
And I was an intervention specialist for 15 years. 12 of those years, I taught for St. Mary's City Schools, and I taught 4th grade intervention then in Celina for 3. I stayed home for a year, and I am excited to come back to Celina as a literacy coach this year.
All right, thanks for taking time to give us more information about you guys. Your summer hasn't been really long. Could you guys talk a little bit about some of the things you've been up to?
Well, I've been completing a degree at Bowling Green State University, so I'll be finishing that up in the next couple of weeks here, actually, and just spending some time. We've gone out to ice cream quite a bit this summer with my kids, and just we've also been coming here, and I'll let somebody else maybe talk about what we've been doing here.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of training from different people. We've had Sherry Kinzel come from OSU, and she is working with us, and we're spending a lot of time on how to become a successful coach for Celina. We've also spent some time with Margot Ship. She is our letters facilitator. So we've had a lot of training at the district so far this summer.
Yeah, and prior to that, we were able to get to meet many of the teachers that we'll be working with in May and June, understanding Amplify right along with them. So that's been kind of a nice transition into this role.
Yes, and we have also, we did some Amplify trainings with the teachers earlier in the summers, and then we have also completed some additional Amplify training on our own throughout the summer to get ready for the fall.
So you guys have been keeping pretty busy. You guys have come right out of the classroom, jumped into quite a bit of training. What's left this summer for you ladies?
Well, our family has taken the most of the summer, taken advantage of it, and just spending a lot of time in the sun. We went down to the Outer Banks. We're spending a lot of July at various lakes, so Norris Lake and Lake James. So Christine will come in fully refreshed in August after those little getaways.
Yeah, and in between our trainings, my family, we've done some camping, and we are actually just getting ready to leave on vacation. We are going to Nashville and Pensacola, Florida for a week. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right, thanks for telling me a little bit about what you guys have going on for the rest of your summers. Hopefully you guys can hit the ground running for us here in the fall, and can get to start right away with our teachers. So it's been great with you guys so far here. If we think about some of the new programs that we have coming up next year and some things that we're doing with the school year, what are some things that you're looking forward to?
I think I'm looking forward to the letters training most. I think it's going to be a big commitment for the teachers and the staff. I think it's going to be a lot of learning, and it's really going to change how we can help kids I think it's going to make a big difference in our literacy program.
And if I can stop just there for just a second before you guys continue answering, you guys have talked about Amplify and letters with our school community here. Could one of you maybe take a moment and just kind of briefly break that down for us so everybody's on the same page?
Yeah, I'll explain Amplify if that's okay, and then someone else can jump in with letters. So Amplify is the curriculum that we have decided to purchase. There was a literacy leadership team with many teachers involved. Vaughn would know the exact numbers, but all buildings were represented. And we've chosen Amplify as our materials piece that will be in the hands of teachers and kids this fall. And so in grades K-5, I believe, will be the core knowledge component of that. That's just the name for it. And then as we transition in grades 6 through 8, it's called Amplify ELA. So those are the materials that you'll hear or see your kids coming home with, their parents will.
And the letters training, letters is actually an acronym. It's language essentials for teachers of reading and spelling. And so that's going to be really big for our teachers this year to learn about how the brain learns how to read and a lot of the theory and put into a real practical sense of how we can take that theory and put it into the classroom with what we're doing with our students. So that'll be an ongoing process that we'll be doing together. So it'll be great for us this year. I'm really excited about that.
Hey, thanks for clearing that up. I appreciate it. And I'm sure some of our viewers here appreciate that as well. So let's continue kind of with our answers here, talking about things that we're looking forward to with the next coming year.
I think for me, I'm looking forward to just seeing the Amplify program play out in the classroom in grades 6, 7, and 8. You know, we've never had, since I've been here, like true materials that were purchased, you know, and I don't like what I'm saying, guys. Somebody else can go, I guess. I don't know what I'm looking forward to.
I would say that I am looking forward to implementing the Amplify program, seeing how that looks in action. And I am looking forward to working really close with the teachers in 4th and 5th grade and just being there to support them in this exciting time.
And with the Amplify program at the middle school, I'm really excited for the online piece. The online piece is so cool. And that's what really stood out to us when we were looking at it. And so I'm just excited to see that play out in the classroom with the teachers and support them as well.
Yeah, we've started this journey. We started this journey back last year of selecting materials and looking at theory, and so it's great that we're going to continue on this journey in the next several years here and work together on it.
And I was just going to say, another thing I'm excited for is we're just going to start a new school year in a different environment than we started last year with so many unknowns. And, you know, I'm sure it's like this at every building, but the primary school is so exciting at the beginning of the year with, you know, first time kindergartners. And it's just an excitement that I look forward to every single year.
Let's kind of switch gears here. We've talked a little bit about, you know, about ourselves, and we talked a little bit about some of the programs that we're doing. But let's take a couple moments here to just kind of reflect. You guys have had a lot of training and have had a lot of learning take place over the past several weeks and months. If you guys could kind of share what's one big learning that you've had so far this summer, and how's it going to impact your future career here as a coach at Celina?
I've learned that as a coach, I will be transforming my behaviors and beliefs, and that will make me a successful coach. That will make me be able to support teachers more.
And, you know, from a reading theory, like kind of platform, I guess, just how important the foundational skills are for our younger ones to teach them how to read. But you can't throw away the comprehension piece. So the way that we've been learning about how to separate the two, but teach them both at the same time. So even things that they're not ready for, we have a new approaches to keep them going with their comprehension and their learning. They're going to learn such great things this year. Like they're going to come walk away with so much knowledge than they ever have before. Yet we're going to keep building that foundation for their own reading alongside of that. That's one of the things I've taken away this summer that I'm really excited to try this fall.
And I think the biggest thing for me is that, I knew going into this job with the changes that are taking place in the knowledge of reading across the state, that I would be learning so much along with the teachers that I wouldn't know everything. And so I think that, working with Sherry has really helped me build some confidence in how, when I don't have the answer or the right answer, like how to navigate that and how to, as Karen had said, how my learning and thinking about teaching and learning will transform along with the teachers. That's an exciting thing as well, like, and something that I'm like, I guess, embracing and looking forward to as we continue this process.
You guys touched on a lot of different learnings there, whether it's something more about a specific strategy or working with adults or working, with just theory. So it's great that you guys have a lot of different things that you're thinking about and learning about from all the training and work that we've been doing so far this summer. So it's great to hear all those different things. All right, let's close our podcast here with to me, I think one of the greatest things that we can talk about with our school community, and that's to recognize a lot of the tremendous efforts that are happening out there. I'd like for each of you to give a bulldog bark or a shout out to someone that you've been working with here, and I'll let you guys take it away.
I think for my bulldog bark, I would give it out to these ladies that I'm doing this with, the other literacy coaches, as we embark on this new journey. I think that we have been able to already start kind of like building a community or like a family amongst ourselves, even though it's early on. And I've learned so much from all of them so far. So
I would say,
I'll go next.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
From
right,
someone,
so,
go ahead.
You got this, Karen.
Okay. From someone being outside the district coming in, I have felt very welcome in the primary building and the elementary building. Every teacher and staff member that I've met is excited to have new people come in, and they're just very warm and welcoming. I have a note card welcoming me in the mail from Mrs. Duncan, and it's really inspiring. It's exciting to come to a new building and be a part of a new group.
And then I think I'll do my bulldog bark out to our administration team, probably specifically Vaughn here for a second, but like, I just really feel like the intention behind building this team has been so thoughtful. The training that they're providing for us this summer and how they are supporting us so we can help teachers has just been very thoughtful, and there's a lot of brain power and hours put into the thinking that went on with that. And I appreciate that because I want to go in and feel supported, and I do.
Well, then I want to give my bulldog bark out to the custodians in our district who are dealing with all the movement and all of the just the summer stuff. Just the stuff I threw away out of my room alone. I just want to thank Mindy and Randy and Karen and anyone else who's working this summer to get things ready for us just practically.
Yeah, we all truly have a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot of people in the district that are, whether working behind the scenes or out in front of things, that are just making the work that we do easier. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and anything that our support staff and people can do to help us along the way is going to be greatly appreciated. But thanks for sharing those, ladies. I appreciate it. Well, that brings our podcast to a close. Thanks for being a part of Bulldog Talk, and it was great to be on here with you and to show our community the all-star team of coaching that we're going to bring to our teachers and students this fall.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.